Have you ever been frustrated with the lack of results despite the amount of effort and time you put into something? About 1.5 years ago, I started a YouTube channel teaching kids how to draw. I called it Sketchy. But I found over time that after 110 videos, the subscriber count I had was a fraction of what my co-creators were doing. And so I was trying to figure out, what is wrong? And the harder I worked, it seemed like the deeper I was getting into this hole. And I got to the point where I was so frustrated that I actually called up this guy, Derral Eves, who is a YouTube expert, and scheduled an hour with him. Now, his hourly rate is pretty expensive. And so I want to make sure I capitalized on that hour. So I created a PowerPoint presentation and a spreadsheet that analyzed all of my competitors or people in the space, in the YouTube drawing space, to show him how unfairly the YouTube algorithm was treating me. And so after about 10 minutes into a 15-minute presentation that I had dialed in, he said, "I know what your problem is." And I was like, "Well, pray tell me what it is." And he says, "You lack focus." And I'm like, What do you mean, lack focus? And it was kind of offensive at first because I feel like I'm highly focused. So he said, "Break it down like this. YouTube wants to serve up the same type of content to a similar audience. And if an audience likes what you've done and clicks on the next thing that you've done and the next thing and the next thing, then they've got a captive audience, which is perfect for the YouTube algorithm to work." And he said, "Your problem is that the type of content that you choose to draw in your videos are only appealing to different people. So for example, if you teach someone how to draw a baby shark, well, that's highly interesting to a younger audience. But if the next video YouTube serves up shows how to draw something in perspective, like an airplane or something that's a little more complicated, that younger audience is not going to be attracted to it and they're not going to watch the next thing." I was focused on what I like to draw, not what a very specific customer type wanted to draw. And I wonder, in business, do we do the same things? Do we focus so much on what we do that we forget about who it is we're actually serving? And so because of my lack of focus on my customer, I was not getting the YouTube algorithm results that I wanted. And so his advice to me was choose an audience and develop products or video content for that audience, which means to me, if I choose a younger audience, then choose very, very simple things that are easy for them to follow along and duplicate what I'm drawing. Make them successful in that. Curse you, Derral Eves, for holding the mirror up to my face as a branding expert and reminding me that I need to be a much better marketer for my own channel. Brilliant, painful, but highly needed. Thanks, Derral.